back to Lex Reads. So in today's video, we're going to be talking about YA books. Now, this is a genre where I'm slowly getting into them, and I notice when I read one, I like get on a kick of them and start reading like a lot, and then I'll stop. I've noticed in the past like 3 years with my TBR, you guys know I follow my TBR, but with my TBR, I always try to incorporate at least one YA novel. A lot of these are not really well known. You already know that's up my alley, Unsung Blacks. So yeah, okay, let's get started. So the first one is June Jordan, His Own Where. Now, June Jordan actually is known for poetry and like critical analysis, and this was her only YA novel, and this was published in 1971, and it's about a girl named Angela and a young man named Buddy. And Angela comes from a home that is really dysfunctional. She has a mother that is, well, basically abusive, and Buddy and Angela, they decide to just run away together. And that's how it goes. I actually read this in one sitting because it's only like 91 pages, and it was a cute little story. It actually was. I noticed sometimes the YA novels, I always get kind of a little annoyed because of some of the things that, you know, the characters do, but I always have to tell myself, these are like teenagers, so of course they're not going to make, you know, rational decisions like an adult. I mean, girl, you 31, you know what I mean? So I always have to think about that in the back of my mind, but this one was a really cute story. Next is The Friends by Rosa Guy. Now, she actually was ahead of her time because Rosa Guy, she's clearly she's known for like YA and middle grade novels, but this book in particular, this is actually, I think, a series. It's The Friends, it's Edith Jackson, and then it's Ruby. In this one, Felicia, she meets this girl named Edith. Edith was like really poor. She has like no friends. She's unpopular, and for some reason Felicia gravitates towards, you know, Edith, and they become friends. And then you have the second book, I believe, which is Ruby. Like I was stating before, how Rosa Guy was ahead of her time because this actually is an LGBTQ like early book basically, because you have Ruby, who is 18, and she is struggling with her sexuality. She is coming into her own, you know what I mean? She's, you know, 18 years old, and she's trying to navigate her personal life, and, you know, just she's finding out herself. She's figuring out herself, you know what I mean? Next is Like Sisters on the Home Front by Rita Williams Garcia. This one, girl. So you got a 14-year-old girl named Gail, and Gail has got herself caught up. First of all, Gail already has, what, a 1-year-old son, and in the beginning of the book, her mom is taking her to get an abortion because she's pregnant with the second baby. So her mom like, you know what? I'm sick of you, Gail. I can't do, you know, you just giving me the business. So I'm going to send you to the South to her, I believe, is it sister or cousin, somewhere like that. And she's like in the rural South where there's no television, no internet, no anything. And it's just, you know, you go outside, it's like a little town, one little store, you go to church, and that's it. She discovers, you know, some family secrets and also some things about her mom that she did not know. And yeah, that's basically it. It was a cute little story. I liked it. Sometimes Gail in the beginning got on my nerves. And then, girl, the tea. The daddy, her baby daddy, is a grown man that's married, and this girl is 14 years old. Y'all read this because it actually was a cute little story. It was good. Next is Jacqueline Woodson. Now, I'm a huge fan of Jacqueline Woodson. Jacqueline Woodson can do like everything. She writes YA, she writes middle grade, she writes young adult, she writes adult fiction. Oh my goodness. I would say my favorite book by her actually is not a YA book. It's what is that book? It is Red at the Bone. Girl, if y'all have not read that, please read that. Oh my goodness. Okay, but I digress. Let's talk about the YAs though. But okay, so the 3 YA books that I really like by her. First one is Another Brooklyn. I really like this one. It's set in the 70s. You have what, four girls, August, Sylvia, Angela, and Gigi. And basically you just see how they navigate, you know, in the 1970s in Brooklyn. It was really, really good. And then this, oh my goodness. So this is basically a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. So first you have If You Come Softly, which actually this title comes from a poem by Audre Lorde, which I did not know. And then the second book is Behind You. And clearly, like I said, it's a retelling of Romeo and Juliet. So you already know, you know, the boy go die or whatever. Girl, this was so good. I really enjoyed this. And I love this re-edition of this. And Jeremiah is black and Ellie is white. She's white and Jewish. And it's just so good. Okay. And then the second book, clearly we know that he has died and she's, you know, older now. She's just trying to navigate, you know what I mean? She's a young girl that's lost basically like her first love. And oh girl, this was so good. I remember I read these in one sitting. Next is Vinyl Moon by Mahogany L. Brown. Now this was so good because this is a book talking about books. Oh my goodness. And first of all, check this cover out. I remember before I even got into, you know, the synopsis of this book, I was like, I'm just getting this just to get it because of the cover alone. Okay. I have this actually displayed on this section of my library. That's like YA middle grade. She's just so pretty with her braids. Oh my goodness. But this book, you have a young girl. What's this girl's name? Angel. And Angel gets introduced to Black literature for the first time. And she gets introduced to Maya, Tony, Jasmine Ward, I mean, just Zora Neale Hurston, all the heavy hitters, okay? And it just opens up, you know, this horizon for her. But she's also, in her personal life, experiencing heartbreak. She's recently been in an accident with her boyfriend, and there was some abuse. And this girl, I believe Angel's like 15, 16, somewhere around that. But y'all, this was so good. Now, I know Mahogany, she is a poet. And I do have her first poetry book. I believe it was sent to me. And because she is a poet, when it comes to writing prose, so amazing. Because again, she's a poet. So y'all, please pick this up. And then lastly, this is the author that is not, you know, Black, but she is an author where when she comes out with the book, I will get it. And that is Sabina Khan. Oh my goodness. Okay. So first, this is her first book. The Loves and Lives of Roxana Ali. We have a girl named Roxana. She is a Muslim girl. She's Indian, and she is hiding a secret from her parents. And that secret is, it's not a spoiler, that secret is she is gay. And clearly Muslim, that's a no-no, all right? And her family, her mother sees her kissing her girlfriend. And she's like, oh Lord, no, So she's like, you know what I'm gonna do? I am going to basically pull off an arranged marriage, okay? And you gonna get married. And you see how it goes. This is a book where sometimes I forgot that it was YA. It was so good. Oh my goodness, y'all. All right. And then the cover, I love her covers. And this is like the outside of it. And then look at the inside. Isn't that pretty? Okay. And then her next book was Zora Hussein Is Here. And that cover, oh girl. This is about a girl named Zora who is also a lesbian. A lot of her books, you're going to deal with like LGBTQ, you know, issues and things like that. So you have Zara. Zara is a high school. I believe she's a senior in high school. And she's like the only Indian Muslim girl at her school. And you have this boy. What was that boy's name? Oh, Tyler. Oh, he got on my nerves. Tyler ends up writing like these like really racist things on her locker and vandalizes her house. And it affects her family getting their green cards. Oh, Tyler got on my last nerve. Girl, I could have beat Tyler. But you see how it goes, all right? My favorite out of her books was this, y'all. This came out last year. This is about a girl named Asha. And she lives in Illinois with her aunt, because her aunt and her uncle, her parents, you know, they live in India, and they want her to get an education in America. They wanted to go to university in America. She's the only, you know, Indian girl, like I said, in her school, in her town. And she meets Sweesh, I think this name is. They don't go to the same high school together, but they end up going to like a party, and again, there are only like Indian, kids there, so clearly they gravitate towards each other. So she starts seeing him. Girl, she gets pregnant, and she's like, what am I gonna do? I'm a senior in high school. My parents are expecting me to get into a university. What am I gonna do? So, and this is not a spoiler, she decides to give her baby up for adoption. And she does that. Then we have Myra, who is her birth daughter. And when Myra knows clearly that she's adopted because she has same-sex parents, two moms, and they're white. And she is just curious about, her culture. And she's like, clearly, I know I'm Indian. I know I'm adopted. And she discovers a box, and it's like a letter from her birth mom saying, if you can find in your heart to, maybe forgive me, and when you turn 18, meet me in this place, which is in India, which is Mumbai. And yeah, oh, this was so good. I really love the passages when Sawish, oh, I don't want to, I like those passages with him and Asha in the later, in the later years, because that's where the tea and drama, comes in. Because she has to basically make the decision on her own. But I just love the fact that with Sabina Khan, clearly, she's, Indian. So she really educates you on the Indian culture when it comes to like the language, the food, just everything. And just to see how a girl that is 18, unwed, Muslim and Indian, and you pregnant, like that's a no. You have, like, they will shun you. They won't even deal with you, okay? And she knew that, and she knew the shame behind it, and she's like, my parents are gonna be so disappointed, and almost kind of like, they're not gonna like, they're basically gonna shun me, you know what I mean? So she just has to figure it out. This was so good. This is another one just like in her first book, where I forgot sometimes that it was a YA book, because because the subject matter was so complex. And I can just go on and on. I believe that this author is coming out with a book in the next 2 months, and I'm getting it. Because again, like I said, she's an automatic buy. When she comes out with something, I'm getting it. I would say, again, out of all 3 of her novels, I really do like this one. Probably my second favorite is this one. But this one, just, I don't know, this actually was on my 2022 best books that I read. That's how good it was. So yeah, guys, that's all I have when it comes to YA novels. Like I said, I don't really have a lot. I'm always, trying to get into that genre. I get on a kick and then I stop. So yeah, if you guys know any YA novels, especially Black YA novels, please let me know. Because that is a genre, like I said, that I always do want to, tap into it. So yeah, guys, that's all I have for you. I'll be back with more Black books. Bye.